So good morning, children. Today in this class, I will be starting or continuing chapter number 5, separation of substances. Yesterday we did why separation is necessary and what different things we are using at our home to separate the things. And different methods we have done. First is like hand picking method. We discussed that how hand picking method is useful when the it's available in the small amount. We can do the hand picking. Second method we did threshing, and after that we did winnowing. In winnowing method, we need to separate heavier and lighter components from the mixture by using wind or by blowing air into it. Next method we discussed was of sieving. Sieving is there. In this method, we use to separate the impurities by using a sieve of different
Excuse me, ma'am.
sizes of different sizes. Okay. Yes, Orvi.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but ma'am, if you are explaining, so ma'am, I didn't understand the sedimentation, decantation.
Yet
So
I
ma'am,
have
can you
not
explain
started.
it?
I'm just recapping the
Okay,
chapter.
ma'am. Okay,
So in
ma'am.
sieving, different examples can be taken. Like this example yesterday was shown with the help of an activity that how sieving helps to sort or to separate the different objects. Means unwanted particles like small particles of stone means sieve can be of different sizes. That depends that what thing we need to be separate. This is also a sieving. This is also the method of sieving. Okay. Now next method today we are going to start is a sedimentation, decantation and filtration. So sedimentation as the name is showing that the object or the heavier object settle at the bottom. Okay. So Naman, roll number 24. I want you to start reading. Sedimentation, decantation and filtration.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my voice is audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Sometimes it may not be
Better, Naman, mute yourself. Mute yourself. There is a lot of noise. I'm not able to hear.
Ma'am, can I read Prapti?
Okay, Prapti, you read. After that, Arnav Agarwal, you will be reading. Yes, sometimes.
Some sometimes if may not be possible to separate components of a mixture by a winnowing and handpicking for like dust or soil particles in rice or pulses. How are such impurities separated from rice or pulses before cooking? Rice or pulses are usually washed before cooking. When you add water to these, the impurities like dust particles get separated. These impurities go into water. Now, what will be sink to the bottom of the vessels? Rice and dust. Why? Have you seen that the vessel is tilted to pour out the dirty water?
Okay,
When
thank
the
you.
heavier
Okay, Prapti. So, children, you must have seen. Let me explain, Arnav. After that, you will be reading. You must have seen before cooking, your mom will be washing rice or pulses. So what she does, she used to wash it thrice or four times, that even twice or thrice. So what happens? The lighter impurities that comes up and rice settle at the bottom because that is the heavier one. So heavier impurities settle at the bottom. That process is known as sedimentation. So Arnav, you can continue. I want everybody to underline the definition of sedimentation.
Yes, ma'am. Let us find a few other mixtures that can be separated through sedimentation and decantation. The sum principle
Same
is used
principle. The same principle is used.
for separating a mixture of two liquids that do not mix with each other. For example, oil and water from their mixture can be separated by this process. If a mixture of such liquid is allowed to stand for some time, they form two separated layers. The component that forms the top of layer can then be separated by decantation. Let us again consider a mixture of a solid and liquid. After preparing tea, what do you do to remove the tea leaves? Try decantation. It helps a little. But do you know still get a few leaves in your tea? Now pour the tea through a strainer. Did all the tea leaves remain in the strainer? This process is called filtration.
Okay, children. So he has read about two or three things like decantation. For example, we are having a mixture of oil and water. And you know, oil and water do not mix with each other. Oil always float on water. Clear? When oil floats on water, we can separate it with the help of a decantation. And the best example to separate tea leaves from the tea is known as filtration. So you people use the strainer, and with the help of that strainer, we can separate or we can filter the tea leaves. We can separate the tea leaves. Okay. So these are the three processes. First is the sedimentation, second is decantation, and third is filtration. Okay, yes, you
Excuse
can
me,
do the
ma'am.
activities later on. So
Sorry,
tea,
ma'am, for the interruption, but wanted to say that yesterday I told you that I am going to show the process of sedimentation,
yes,
decantation,
beta,
and
yes.
filtration.
Wait, after the
So,
reading, we
in the
will be doing
last,
this.
can I
Yes,
show?
I had told you in the last you can show. Let me finish this first part. Sedimentation, decantation, filtration. After that, you will be doing it. So children, the sedimentation process is best seen with the muddy water. If you just dissolve mud into the water, then what happens? Muddy water that settle at the bottom and the pure water can be separated with the help of a decantation process. So this is, you can see the activity. Even with the help of a filtration, we can do this process. Okay. So in filtration process, what we need to do, we take a filter paper. We fold the filter paper in this way to make a cone out of it. Now fix that cone on the stand and put the muddy water slowly out of it. What happens? The pure water get collected in the beaker which is under this keep, and the dirt particles or the sand particle or the mud that remains on the filter paper. So this is a process of filtration, how we can separate the mud with the help of a filter. So this is a filtration process. Children, even we are using the different strainer. घर में हम छन्नी यूज करते हैं, that is also the process of filtration. But you know, mud particles are very small. It's very difficult for mud particles to separate. They mixes well with the water. That's why we use a filtration process. Next is your evaporation. So Vaibhav Balan, unmute. Unmute, beta. Unmute yourself. You are not able to do. Aran Gautam.
Ma'am, I can read.
Unmute Aryan. Start reading activity number 6.
Evaporation. Add 2 spoons of salt to water in another beaker and sticker. It will do you see any change in the color of water? Can you see any salt in the beaker? After tricking. Heat the breaker
and stir it well. Do you see any change in the color of water? Can you see any salt in the beaker after stirring? Heat the beaker containing the salt. So children, what you need to do for the evaporation? You have taken a beaker. In that beaker, you have put a water, and after in that water, you have put the salt. Now stir it properly. The salt will mix in the water, and now you need to boil the water. What will happen? The water converts into vapors, and that process is known as evaporation. And evaporation process continuously takes place. Okay. So this is, I want everybody to underline the process of evaporation. Underline the definition of evaporation.
Ma'am, I have underlined.
The process of conversion of water into vapor is called evaporation, and it takes place at all the temperatures. Clear? Next is, see what happens. Okay, Sorvi, start reading.
What, ma'am?
Start reading from this paragraph. Where do you think salt comes from?
Where do you think salt comes from? Seawater contains many salt mixed in it. One of these salt is common salt. When seawater is allowed to stand in shallow pits, water gets heated by sunlight and slowly turned into water vapor through evaporation. In a few days, the water evaporates completely, leaving behind the solid salt. Common salt is then obtained from the mixture of salts by further purification.
Okay, beta. So I want everybody to underline this paragraph. In this paragraph, the question is from where the salt comes from. So seawater, you know, that is a mixture of many of the salts. Okay. And when then seawater is allowed to stand in shallow pits, what happens? Water gets heated by sunlight. And by the process of evaporation, water changes into water vapors and the salt is left behind. And that left behind salt is then obtained from that it is sent again for the further purification. So in this way, we get salt from the seawater. So children, you may underline this paragraph. We know that seawater is salty, and how we obtain the salt from the seawater. This is the way to obtain the seawater salt from the seawater. So kindly underline, this is with the process of evaporation. So in the diagram, you can see, here is a diagram. You can see how the process of evaporation takes place. So this is here the sea, the shallow tanks are made, and in that shallow tanks, the water is evaporated and we can obtain the salt. Okay, this is the way how we obtain salt. Next is Parnika. Unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Start reading. Use of more
Use of more than one method of separation. We have studied some methods for separation of substance from their mixtures. Often one method is not sufficient to separate the different substance present in a mixture. In such a situation, we needed to use more than one of these methods.
Okay, okay, fine, beta. Rest will continue later. So sometime what happens, we need to do 2 or 3 methods together, we need to use it. Because one method is not sufficient and we do not get the pure substance. So to obtain the pure substance, we need to get the 2 method. We need to use 2 methods. So for the next methods, we'll study later on. Okay. Now we'll perform the different activities.